Hello and Assalamu alaikum viewers. This is your host Farhan Iqbal and you're watching News Point. So after a very long time today, I'm going to make a video on the immigration again. We had been covering the draws regularly, and then after that I had been making my predictions that what kind of next draw would be and what would be the cutoff. But then in July, I was really disappointed because I really thought that the draw was going to be an FSW draw, but that did not happen. And then I got busy, our team got busy, so we did not get a chance to make videos. So as you know that in this year, 2021, no FSW draw has happened so far, and we are into 9th month. Right now, like the next draw on this Wednesday or the Wednesday next Wednesday, it's really kind of uncertain, if I may say. So there is one possibility that we saw this kind of interruption in the past, and then there was a huge CEC only draw. Basically, they invited everybody who was in the pool, about 27,000 people. That happened in, I believe, February or March. And then the other possibility is that now maybe finally they will resume the FSW draw. But whatever happens, I do not think that it would be a big FSW draw. I think either it would be a normal 5,000 to 6,000 FSW draw, or it could be a huge CEC only draw, or we just might continue seeing 3,000 to 4,000 CEC draw where they have kept the cutoff around 400. But let's take a look at numbers and see how many people are there in the pool. And if the FSW draw happens, probability of that is, I would say again, like 30 to 40% only. In my previous predictions in July and August, I had increased it to more than 60%. I was really hoping that it would be FSW draw. But right now, before elections, I think it is 30 to 40% chance only that it would be an FSW draw. And if it is going to be an FSW draw, let's take a look at the numbers and then see what can be the cutoff if it is going to be an FSW draw. Or if the FSW draw does not happen, then for CEC, I think the prediction is simple. Either it will be a big draw where they invite everybody, or it would be a regular draw where they keep the cutoff around 400. Let's take a look at the numbers and then see what can be the cutoff if it is going to be an FSW draw. Before we look at the numbers, if you still haven't subscribed to our channel, consider subscribing to our channel so that you never miss any of the updates. Here we have our master sheet, which has data all the way from whenever I started making videos, I believe somewhere from February 2020. But I have hidden those rows over here, and I do not have the data from the last two draws. I did not make the videos for those two draws. But it's okay for us because we are just going to compare our numbers with the data which was published on 19th July, which would be approximately 3 draws ago. The two draws which happened over here, PNP CEC combination, cutoff was 404 and 403 kind of in both the draws. So earlier over here we had seen the cutoff gone down way lower because they were issuing 6,000 ITAs, but in the last two draws they issued ITAs less, which were about 4,000. So the cutoff was maintained around 400. Anyways, let's take a look at the data which has been published on 30th August, which was followed by a PNP draw, and the CEC draw did not happen. So PNP category right now, when the data was published, we had 540 candidates, and obviously all of these candidates plus some additional who created their profile after 30th August or whose PNP got accepted between this date when the data was taken and when the draw happened, they all received ITS. So these people, they are out of the pool already basically. From 501 to 600, we have 2,500 people right now. So most of these people obviously are FSW people because they have been waiting in this line for a quite long time. So this is an increase of 315 in 6 weeks. So in the past also we have seen that in each week or each 2 weeks it is changing by 50 or 60, or sometime more, sometime less. Now in 6 weeks it has increased by 300, so roughly an increase of 50 people per week. 491 to 500, 1,500 people, which is almost the highest it has ever been, and an increase of 165 from the last 3 draws. So in about 6 weeks over here, 165 people have applied, so roughly 20 people per week, 20 to 25 people per week. 481 to 490, 4,200 people, an increase of 390 in 6 weeks, so roughly 60 to 70 people per week. 471 to 480, where I believe the bulk of the people who will be receiving their ITS once the FSW draws resume, probably in 2-3 rounds. That is, over there we have 11,415 people, an increase of 1,043 in 6 weeks. So about 150, 160 people are still creating their profile who have a score of 471 and higher. So right now, if we take a look, from 481 to 600, we have 8,300 people. So that's a lot of people, and obviously this data is from 30th August. The earliest draw which I'm expecting is probably on Wednesday. Let's suppose if it becomes an FSW draw, then obviously the score would be above 481, because it's very less likely that they would be doing an FSW draw with such a huge number. I would say the more chances that when the FSW draw resumes, it would be probably a total of 6,000 ITAs, including the PNP people. So, and including the people who would have created their profile after 1st September and all that. So if the draw happens on Wednesday and this issue 6,000 ITAs, I think the cutoff would be 488, 489, maybe even 490. And if for some reason they decide to do a bigger draw of like 10,000 ITAs for FSW, because the draw has not happened for a very long time, even in that case, I'm thinking that the cutoff would be like high 480s, like 485, 484, because although right now it is 8,300, but we know that about 400 to 500 PNP people apply, so this would be like close to 9,000. And then between here and between this 30th August when the data is published till when the draw happens, so let's suppose on 14th, another 1,000 or 2,000 people would have applied. So even with 10,000, the ITA, the cutoff would be higher, like 484, maybe 483, probably not lower than that. But an FSW draw happening with the 10,000 ITAs, I think is very less likely. Going forward below 470, I think situation is more or less same. Like in 461 to 470 right now, there are more than 10,000 people, 10,538 precisely, an increase of 525 from last 6 weeks. So I believe the most people who are still creating their profiles and not getting the invitations are between actually 461 to 480. We are seeing 525 people here and 1,000 people here. In all other ranges, it's less and less people. So that is why I mentioned that when the FSW draws resume and they happen in quick succession, like 2 weeks after without any interruptions, then the cutoff would come close to, it would definitely come below 470 first, and then it would come very close to 460s. And if they keep on doing 6,000 ITS draws, then it would even come down lower than 460. In all other ranges, is the number of people who have their profiles active, it is either decreasing or it is kind of staying constant. It is decreasing because some people's profiles are getting expired, and if they are not in CEC category, they are not even bothering to create their profiles because they know that it's going to take quite a long time to get the scores lower. Or some of the people who are in CEC, they are getting the ITS, and some of the people are moving to PNP. Like some of the people who are here, they are trying different ways to get PNP, like through job offers and whatnot. I'll probably make another video on PNP, different programs which are going right now. So if the next draw is again CEC, then there is one option which I have mentioned already, that they might do a very big CEC draw and invite basically everybody who is there in the CEC pool. Or if they just decide to do like 3,000 to 4,000 draw only, then the cutoff would still be close to 400 only. So I'm thinking if the draw happens and there is a cutoff, it would be around 400 basically, same as 403, 404, something like that. Or then there is one possibility that they invite basically all the people who are in the pool at this time. So stay tuned to our channel so that you never miss any of the updates. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Until next time, this is your host Farhan Iqbal signing off. Assalamu alaikum.